Hello there, welcome to another Starfield video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a custom vessel made by Tradesman. So this is called the Nova class Mark I Nightmare. So Tradesman made a custom vessel making use of the Nova Galactic pieces, mostly Nova Galactic pieces. There's a Hope Tech piece or two, I believe. Very, very cool design. I quite like how he made use of a lot of different kind of compartments instead of the kind of like some people when they build ships, they're very free flowing, like all the decks are kind of connected in multiple points. He has instead opted to go the route of having like different kind of sections of the vessel, like you see on the front there. The little habitat, the workshop is connected to the docking port, and then if you wanted to get to the other sections, you have to go up and across, and then same on the top there. There is the you got the little kind of viewing port, and then you've got the captain's quarters. Tradesman, if you want to comment and let me know if I have made any mistakes, and also just comment in general if you want to give a little bit of a backstory about the ship, I will pin your comment. But yeah, so if we look at the stats, looking at stats, we have fuel of 500, which is very nice, pretty decent. He you can see the fuel tanks are there on the side. I don't know if I'm assuming he went for style more so than fuel capacity, but it looks quite cool. It kind of curves out those edges. It's got a hull of 860, which for an A-class vessel is very impressive. Extremely impressive. It's got a cargo capacity of 1090, which is quite good again for an A-class vessel. This is kind of like it's meant to be kind of a general purpose vessel. Just given by the fact that there's like you've got some like areas to kind of chill around with and stuff. That being said, we look at the reactor. We've got an A-class reactor, 33 power, rocking the best reactor in the game. It's got a crew of 8, which is really, really nice for an A-class vessel. That's like phenomenal. Like this ship, just looking at it, you wouldn't think it was an A-class vessel because it's quite big, quite large. It's 32 meters in length and it's 20 meters in width. You could definitely hollow out some pieces and slap a C-class reactor if you wanted to. It's got a jump range of 24 light years. That's kind of expected when it comes to like A-class vessels, because as you start to put stuff on it, it gets heavier. Now, obviously, if you upgrade it to a B or a C, you could probably get further, but like that's more than enough. I was flying around doing some like bounty missions and stuff, and it was more than adequate. It's got shields of 730, which it's not amazing, but it's kind of it's acceptable. I had no issue with it, and I was playing on normal difficulty. Plus, I quite like the look of that shield. I think it's a very nice shield. I originally never used to use that. I always used to use the big satellite dish one, but that one is just as good. It's got 3 sets of weapons. He's got laser weapons mounted on the multiple points. He's got 2 mounted on the front landing gear there, and he's got 2 mounted on the back little winglets. And then he has dual EM weapons. He's got 3 of the large ones there, one mounted above in front of the kind of what would you call it, what's the word for, I just used the word earlier, the viewing place. And then there's 2 on those back winglets, and then he has 4 of the smaller ones. Now it's an unusual layout, I will say. It was actually, to be fair, it was a different way to play the game, because when I was using the ship and stuff, a lot of the time I just run the particle weapons. I'd basically just blast the ship to smithereens. But with the double EM weapons and then the laser weapons to strip shields, I found myself boarding ships more, which is actually kind of more enjoyable because you're going and getting some combat done, and you can also loot the bodies. Like I think in the couple of hours I played with this, the initial day, I probably like took out maybe like, I say took out, but I don't think I actually destroyed any of the ships. A lot of them got stolen and sold. But I made bank, basically. So yeah, it's I don't know if you had intended on that, Tradesman, if that's why you had it set up, or if you just like this layout, but it's quite interesting. I'm going to have to look into making more kind of ships designed around that. And then, as always, the price there. It's 296,000. That's how much it would cost if you were to build it roughly. Now you can't buy this ship as it is not for sale. It is a custom vessel. I just sell it to the vendor beforehand just so I can see the base stats without any modifications. So let's go take a look at it. Let's hope it's not. Yes, it is not raining. Perfect. So as you can see, really, really cool looking ship. I tried to get the color scheme as best as possible. Tradesman, let me know in the comments if I kind of made an error. The one slight, well, there's probably a few little kind of tidbits when it comes to the shipbuilder, but one of the main ones, at least on console, is it's kind of hard getting the right color scheme. You kind of have to fiddle with it. I would have much rather if you guys remember the Fallout, even though it kind of probably is, but Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, and I think Oblivion had the kind of the RGB system where it was like a number between 1 and 355 of red, green, and blue. And you could basically modify it. Because sometimes I'm like trying to get the perfect color and then like I'm like, oh, what was that color? But anyway, really cool profile. Let me show you a little bit of what I meant by these little kind of sections. So at the front here, he's got this Hope Tech workshop. And as you can see, it's kind of like only connected via this little part here, which is really, really cool. So like you kind of have to go down into it. It kind of just, I really like how the ship is laid out. Very, very cool. And at the back here, we've got another one. We've got a little... Anyway, let's go inside. All right, so we've got the Tayo entryway. This is a really cool entryway. I hoped, let's get Hope Tech. It's not Hope Tech. It's Tayo. And even Tradesman was saying in the comments, this is, I agree with him, this is probably one of the best, if not the best, landing bays or cargo bays, just because it's nice and uniform. So immediately we have a 1x1 companionway from Nova Galactic. And then if we go up, we have the battle station room. I believe this is the battle station room. I don't think this is the battle station room. We'll be back. Alright, I just checked. It is the battle station room. I don't know if it's been... I've never really used the Nova Galactic one. Initially, when I was like testing the ship and built it, I had just kind of put generic stuff on, and then I was testing and stuff, and then for like the proper review, ignore that, that's my phone going off. For like the proper review, I got him to like tell me exactly what was inside it. When I had it, it was just living quarters. But I don't know if it's supposed to look like this. Like I said, I haven't used Nova Galactic one, but I really like it. It's very cool. And we've got a little view out there we can see. Very nice. A lot of different control schemes. I don't know about these. Actually, no, they don't look too bad, little stools. Kind of a little bit more sport, though, Nova Galactic. And then over here, we have the 2x1 all-in-one berth B. Very nice. You got some plants here, another nice little view. I really like that he kind of like a lot of viewing ports. Makes the ship feel like a proper home. And then we've got the nice little kind of snug beds there. And then we got a pretty nice couch. For some reason, it comes with a whole box of celery. I don't know why you'd need a whole box of celery. Isn't like celery one of those foods that's like calorie negative? So you like waste your calories eating it. Anyway, if we head back this way. Real quick. Tradesman, your layout may be slightly different to mine because you might have fiddled with trying to place it like specific ways. So if any of the ladder placements are off, just let me know in the comments just to correct me. So we got another all-in-one berth B here. Very nice. We got the table again. Same kind of same layout as before. Do we celery? We even have celery. Nice, 2 boxes of celery. And then we'll go up there in a moment. So if we head to the bridge next. So we got the Nova Galactic Magellan Bridge, I believe this is. A really nice bridge. You've got the pilot seat there. A lot of controls. Very nice. Very old school. And then we've got the co-pilot seat and a little kind of a divot here, which is really nice. And then another one here. I never noticed them before. What are they? Just lights. Anyway. And then if we drop down this way, this is the... Oh. Oh, this is where the crew is. Okay. Oh, that is cool. I really love. Why is he just sat there outside the ship? What are you doing, Vasco? Anyway, we've got a little. This is the workshop. This is the whole tech workshop, I believe. Very nice.
If I can.
Now, the only thing about these workshops is there is no research station, which is a bit of an issue, but it's not a huge issue. We got your weapon workbench, your industrial workbench, and your spacesuit workbench. Very nice. And then we've got the docking port there, the Hope Tech docking port. Where's the rest of the crew, actually? And then if we come back this way, and then we can head up, we've got this little, this is the viewport. Really, really nice. You can see an awful lot. Very cool. I like when people kind of have these on their ships, because like there's a lot of different window types in the game. There's like, I think I want to say there's like 3 or 4, but like there's not a lot of people use them. And then we have this area here. I really like this. This leads to the captain's quarters. I quite like that. It kind of gives me like vibes of like if someone was trying to attack the ship, they'd have a hard time attacking it. You know, it's like, oh, we gotta kill the captain. Ha ha, pew pew. Captain's like, you gotta come get me first. Anyway, that's, I don't know what. Ignore that. We got a nice little table here. Again, Nova Galactic, very nice. Got a nice little comfy bed. And then at the back here, we have a nice little view of the sky. It is currently raining into Atlantis, which is lovely. About the same as in Ireland currently, so, you know, I feel right at home. But yeah, let's go take her for a rip and see how she performs. I have to say, I really love, like, the kind of the compartmentalizing, like, the ship. It's very nice. Alright, let's take her off, see how she performs. She's got a lot of, he made use of those landing thrusters from, or the braking thrusters from Nova Galactic. See, the thing is, they're really cool from an aesthetic point of view, but they're kind of, like, pointless. Now, if this game ever gets, which I don't really see them doing, but if the game ever did have like a realistic kind of re-entry model, a la something similar to like Elite Dangerous, they would be very helpful. Anyway, we're gonna fiddle with it. Now the engine, so we kind of, with these weapons, the way I usually run them, I don't have them like that. I like to have all pips and lasers. And then I find like with these EM weapons, they're usually quite good enough that you don't really need to fiddle with them. Oh, I have a perk to increase in my power, let me know. Okay. So weapon-wise, we've got those laser weapons there. Beefy. They will shred shields immediately. And then we've got those... It's kind of funny, because when I think EM, or like electromagnetic, I think of something that looks like a pulse. Whereas they look like straight railguns. I don't know. Also very beefy. You wouldn't be expecting like a kind of a, you know, the ship to be knocked back. Anyway. Speed test. I believe it's going to be one... Oh, no, it's 180. Yeah, he's got those 3015s. Very nice. Quick little boost speed of... Oh, my, this is fast. Boost speed of 700. Very nice. Kind of weird. I kind of would have assumed that the 3015s, for anyone that doesn't know, there's a special version of the... Let me just go into quote mode real quick. So these engines, there's various versions of them, but the 3015 variant, which kind of sits right in the middle, gives you a base speed of 180 as opposed to 150. Now, you would assume that the side effect to that would be that it has less boost, but apparently it doesn't. So just they're all around better, which is weird how the all around better ones are kind of sat in the middle. Anyway, we're going to do a quick pitch test. Oh, she's agile. Okay, this has no need to be this agile. This is a 10. Like, it's an A class with 100 mobility, but yeah. And the yaw. Yaw is, again, very fast. And then the roll. Roll's not too bad. Rolls doesn't seem to be determined by your agility or mobility. Anyway, we're going to go down to the surface now. We're going to do a tear down and show you how he made it. Alright, so we split it into 3 sections. So I'm going to really quickly go over the sections. So on the top level here, we'll deal with the weapons first. So we have this Spark 750 suppressor from Lightside, A class, 1300 range, 1.5 fire rate, 30 electromagnetic damage, and 3 power. And then behind them here on the winglets, we have the Dragon 231P IR pulse laser from Horizon Defense, A class, 1300 range, 6.65 fire rate, ignore the whole damage, 13 shield damage, and 3 power. And then finally, we have the Nullifier 1750 suppressor from Lightside, A class, 1040 range, 1.5 fire rate, 48 electro damage, and 3 power. For the habitat modules, we have the Nova Galactic Companionway 1x1, we have the Hope Tech Habitat Spine, and then we have the Nova Galactic Captain's Quarters 2x1. For the shield, we have a Bastille S84 shield generator from Nautilus, A class, 7 power, 730 health, which is very nice, pretty decent. And then we have that White Dwarf 3015 engine from Relodyne, A class, 3 power, 20,460 engine thrust, 3150 maneuvering. Very nice. Fuel tanks, we've got 2 of these M50 Ulysses Helium-3 tanks from Dogstar, 250 each on both sides. And then for the structural pieces, on the front here we have the porthole 4, 2 porthole, 1 port, 1 starboard. Does this not become a starboard hull? Haha! Sorry, that was a bad joke, I apologize. And then we have this equipment plate from Tayo mounted there. And then on each side we have a Nova cowling, the 2L starboard and the 2L port. And then we have 2 more windows there and there, portholes on the top. And we have 2 more Nova cowlings. These are 2L and these are like the versions of these. They're flipped backwards. Normally they would kind of sit like that, but he flipped them backwards, which I quite like. I like the little gap there. And for the middle of the vessel, we have the same for weapons again. It's the same kind of layout, same 3 weapons. We've got the Spark 750 there, and then we've got 2 more of them there. And then we've got that Nullifier 1750 there. And then we've got 2 more of those engines, or 2 more of those lasers. So we've got the Magellan C1X cockpit from Nova Galactic, 220 cargo, 2 crew. We've got the Nova Galactic all-in-one berth 2x1B, which is very nice. We've got the Nova Galactic Battle Station 2x2. We've got the porthole. I don't know why I'm saying the porthole early, but there is a porthole there. And then we have the Nova Galactic all-in-one berth, another 2x1B. Now, when I was getting him to send me the information on like what goes where, I may have misread you, Tradesman, but you mentioned I thought you said that you wanted 2 of these. I don't know if that was intentional. If it is, fair enough. If it's not, I apologize. I may have just been an idiot. I probably would swap this for like a control center or potentially an infirmary. Anyway. And then we have 2 of these windows here. These are used, you need to merge to get these here. It's just a simple thing though. You just basically would put them there and you just flip them and flip them back and let go of them. You guys have seen that merge many times, many moons. And then the back here, we have the R4000 Alpha Grav Drive from Relodyne, A class, 9 power, 27 jump thrust, which in the current config gives us 24. And then we've got 3 more of those White Dwarf engines. And then for the landing gear, we've got 2 of these NG-15 landing gear port. These are the special versions that have, you can see there's like 2 versions of these. There's like the version without the kind of like thrusters and the version with the thrusters. This is the version with the thrusters. And then for the structural pieces, we have 3 of these equipment plates, 1 there and then 1 on each side. We've got 2 of these Nova Galactic portholes. We have 2 of these Nova cowlings. We have 2 of these braking engines, a port to starboard, 2 more of these Nova cowlings, and I believe that's it for this. And then on the bottom of the vessel, these are like 2 different sections. So in the front section, we have the Nova Galactic Workshop 2x1 with the Hope 11 Docker from Hope Tech. And then we have these 2 Nova braking engines, starboard and port. And then we've got 3 windows, 2 of them there, 1 each side. And then we've got 1 of those bigger ones at the back. And then for the entryway, we have the Shipbed 200 landing bay from Tayo. We have the Nova Galactic Companionway 1x1. We've got 2 of these NG-20 landing gear from Nova Galactic. These are pretty big. These give 4 thrust each, which is really nice. These ones over here, I forgot to mention. They only give 2. So you could definitely load this bad boy a little bit more if you wanted to. And then we've got that Spheromax DC-202 reactor from Deep Core A-Class, 33 power. That is the best A-Class reactor in the game. And then we've got 2 of these 400 cm ballast cargo holds, 435 each. And then for the structural pieces on this one, we just have 2 of these Nova Cowlings. Now, the way you would kind of build this ship together is, so this is the frame here. I'm going to show you real quick. So this bottom section here, we're going to grab all this. This slots in like so. Like that. You kind of want to leave... I think it swaps it. Let me double check. I know that there's like a gap of a 1x1 between here, so I can check. Let's just go forward. Yeah, so this is one of those things where when you try to place it, it's a bit finicky. Now, is that because... Let me move these. Let me check by moving these real quick and then try again. Yeah, it's the... So those landing gear kind of cause a little bit of mischief, but again, you can just do the little technique. So you basically put these in here and you flip them back like so. See, technically you need, like, it's merged, but it's not really. Like, you can see there's no clipping at all. Just kind of... Bethesda need to update their hitboxes on this. Now, let me just double check that. No, that is too far forward. That is my bad. That needs to come more forward. So I'm going to just go back a little bit. Come on. There we go, perfect. So yeah, so this goes, we'll put this on first. Out you go, come on. Oh, what did I just grab there? Whoops, I kind of grabbed everything but the right one. So we grab these, and these slot like so. And then we put these back. The easiest way to kind of remember what the build is, there's like a one wide gap between this front section and the back section. So we're just going to grab this and we're going to slot this. Yeah, that sits exactly like that there. And then the landing gear just slot in each side like there. Perfecto. And then on the top we have this big boy here. This just kind of slots over. You can see it's like that. These fuel tanks slot over. So that's the ship now. You might be asking yourself, Crimson, what would you do to make it different? And while I think the ship is very cool, and I necessarily wouldn't change it, I feel like it's only fair because in the other reviews I've done, I've kind of modified some stuff. So I feel like I'm going to modify some stuff. So one of the first things I'd probably do, and it's probably why he didn't, because he said initially he kind of like this was an early level ship. So I would swap this up to a B-class vessel. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the reactor. And we're going to replace it with a B-class reactor. We're going to get one of the... Where are they? That's the best. We're going to get this bad boy here. This inertial. Slap that in there. And then for our grav drive... Is that our grav drive in there? Yes, our grav drive. We're going to put a nice little grav drive on this bad boy. 36, perfect. I'm going to slap that in there like so. Now for the weaponry, I'm going to remove some of these nullifiers, just because I feel like they're slightly overkill. So what I'm going to do is, I do like the idea of having turreted weapons. I think turreted weapons would be quite cool. Because you know me, I'm lazy, I can't shoot. So we're gonna rehaul all of the weapons. Just because. And we're going to change that shield. Now that we're on B-class, we're going to slap a Vanguard shield on. Which I'm assuming he probably did that, like once he kind of got into the feel of it. I'm going to hide this just because. You don't have to hide it, obviously, if you're not a fan of these sort of techniques. That's fair. I just hide it because I like hiding them. Now, for the weaponry, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some B-class turrets. We got some of these disruptor neutron beams. These match really nice. And then we are going to... Ooh. we're gonna mount these bad boys right here. 2 of these like so. To give a nice kind of view there. And then we're gonna mount 1 more here at the front. Now you could flip these sideways or backwards. I'm gonna put them backwards just because I like they look good like that. Now they're gonna be our, let me change the weapons. They're gonna be our turreted weapons. Now for our primary weapons, we're gonna go the route of the, why not, the Vanguard Auto Obliterators. And we're going to slap these 2 of these there. Can we put them anywhere else? Don't really want to block the view of the turret. Let me see. Okay, no, we're gonna put them up here. No, they block. Well, they don't really block the turret if the turret is designed to shoot backwards. Let me think for a minute. I don't want to modify that because I think that looks good as is. You know, for the sake of it, we're actually going to go with some bigger, kind of beefier beam weapons. Going to go with some of these ones here. We're going to have one there. It doesn't want to sit. That's fine. We'll get that working in a moment. Like so. And then we're going to do another one on the other side. Now, you could be cheeky and you could hide some weapons inside there, but I'm going to keep them merging to a minimum. They clip slightly, but it's not... See, they don't really clip, Bethesda. Just fix your hitboxes, Bethesda. And then we can fit 2 more of these. Now, we could put them there, but I don't want the... I mean, we could actually put the turret on the roof. Actually, yeah, I like the turret there, because that kind of makes me think of, like, it's, you know, like on the Millennium Falcon, how it has that turret there. And then we have those 2 turrets there mounted on the front. And then finally, we're going to have a single disruptor, just because he did have a load of them on it, and I feel like we need to keep one. I'm going to put on this big boy. And we're going to put that there. And then that is pretty much it in terms of how I'd like kit it. I think internally, like I said, like with the habitat modules inside, I may have like made mistakes when building it, but I would definitely change this bad boy to potentially an infirmary or like a science lab, just for the research station. And then this battle station is very cool. I quite like it. If you don't want to go battle station, you could definitely go with the living quarters. But yeah, all in all, that is the ship. Let me guys know what you guys think of the comments. And Tradesman, don't forget to comment. And if you want to give a little bit of background, or if you want to correct me on mistakes I've made, I will pin your comment. As always, thank you to everyone for watching, and thank you, Tradesman. And anyone else that has sent me in ships. If you want to send me in ships that you want me to review, you can either send pictures or text, with the pictures preferably, to my gamer tag, Crimson Flyboy with a space on Xbox Live. Or you can, if you don't use Xbox Live and use Discord, my username is Crimson Flyboy with no space. So Xbox Live, there's a space. Discord, there is not a space. And then if you just send me pictures of the ship and give me a little bit of brief kind of background so I can know what I'm doing. And then I will get back to you as soon as I can. And then if I, like, in situations like this where, like, I didn't know where things go, I will get you back to you. I'll be like, yo, where does this go? I'm an idiot. Anyway, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and check out some other videos. Bye-bye.